8 days later, Yeshua took Peter, Jacob, and John and climbed a high mountain to pray. As he prayed, his face began to glow until a blinding glory streamed from him. A radiant glory illuminated his entire body. His brightness became so intense that it made his clothing blinding white as multiple flashes of lightning. All at once, 2 men appeared in glorious splendor, Moshe and Elijah. They spoke with Yeshua about his soon departure from this world and the things the Father destined him to accomplish in Jerusalem. Peter and his companions had become very drowsy, but they became fully awake when they saw the glory and splendor of Yeshua standing there, and the 2 men with him. As Moshe and Elijah were about to return to heaven, Peter impetuously blurted, "Master, this is amazing to see the 3 of you together. Why don't we stay here and set up 3 shelters, one for you, one for Moshe, and one for Elijah?" While Peter was still speaking, a radiant cloud of glory formed above them and overshadowed them. As the glory cloud enveloped them, they were struck with fear. Then the voice of God thundered from within the cloud, "This is my Son, my beloved one. Listen carefully to all he has to say." When the thunderous voice faded away and the cloud disappeared, Yeshua was standing there alone. Peter, Jacob, and John were awestruck, but they didn't say a word to anyone about what they had seen. The next day, a massive crowd was waiting at the foot of the mountain to meet them. A man in the crowd shouted desperately, "Please, teacher, I beg of you, do something about my son, my only son. An evil spirit possesses him and makes him scream out in torment and hardly ever leaves him alone. It throws him into convulsions and he foams at the mouth. When it finally does leave him, he's left with horrible bruises. I begged your disciples to drive it out of him, but they didn't have enough power to do it." Yeshua responded, "You are unbelieving people with no faith. You twist your lives with lies that have turned you away from doing the right things. How much longer should I remain here offering you hope?" Then he said to the man, "Bring your son to me." As the boy approached, the demon slammed him to the ground and threw him into violent convulsions. Yeshua sternly commanded the demon to come out of the boy, and it left immediately. Yeshua healed the boy of his injuries and returned him to his father, saying, "Here's your son." Everyone was awestruck and stunned to see such power and the majesty of God flow through Yeshua. Everyone marveled, trying to process what they had just witnessed. Yeshua then turned to his disciples and said, "Listen carefully and let these words sink into your hearts. The Son of Man is about to be betrayed and surrendered to the authority of men." But the disciples could not grasp the meaning of what he was saying, for it was a veiled mystery to them, and they were too embarrassed to ask him to explain it. The disciples began to argue and became preoccupied over who would be the greatest one among them. Fully aware of their innermost thoughts, Yeshua called a little child to his side and said to them, "If you tenderly care for this little child on my behalf, you are tenderly caring for me. And if you care for me, you're honoring my Father who sent me. The one who is least important in your eyes is actually the most important one of all." The disciple John said, "Master, we found someone casting out demons using your name, and we tried to stop him because he doesn't follow you as we do." Yeshua responded, "You shouldn't have hindered him, for anyone who is not against you is your friend."